with my little nephew. We're going to finish off this retaining wall. We're going to put the next 3 slats on and see how we go. What we're doing now, we're staggering the cuts. We've got 3 meter pieces here. Spread the load of the retaining wall and the wood. Yeah. I'm just cutting back the post and the side walls so we can put a flat plank of treated pine over the top. I'm cutting the posts down is because these posts are too high. As you can see, I'm just cutting it all down to the retaining wall plank, cutting that back so it's all the same, so I can put this piece on top. But yeah, just cutting it back. I haven't got a planer, but I'm just make do what I got with a saw, hand saw, and maybe a grinder just to top off this top off.
Top off this top off?
Take this top off.
Oh, okay.
Take the top of the wood to hide it. It's a bit high. I use the other battery. The overheat because it's cutting a lot. Oh yeah. Yeah. Where's my grinder? It's not good, but whatever. Got a little hump. I'm just gonna shim it down. Shouldn't be doing that because that smells no good, but
is that the right tool to be using? No.
But you make do what you got out in the
sticks.
Out in the bloody wilderness.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit more. A bit high. Too much. Way too high. Maybe because of this. Whoops. It's not straight.
Houston, we have a problem.
Right.
From the side, yes, there is a problem. Like, look from the side.
A problem?
That is a problem.
No, it's not. It's when you put this one over the top of it, it's gonna hide it.
Okay, lucky.
I've got to trim that down. Ah, that would do. Little hump there. The only tool I maybe need bigger is maybe these METRE saws. I know they're the biggest ones you got, but the cutting on these are just way too small for 75mm cutting. I know it's not designed to do stuff like this, but maybe I have to use maybe like a reciprocator saw or something to like that blade that goes up and down. Maybe that will be easier next time, but for the time being that will do the job. I think it looks alright. I'll put a post in there, put a screw in there. So
and how are we finishing the end again? Or are we just cutting it?
I'm just going to cut it back. Cut it back and...
Cut it flush with that top step?
Then I'll put another piece in the front of it, I reckon. I'm going to cut it off here. And then put a piece there. This is good, because that's going to be a step there.
But... Oh, I thought you were making it flush here, and then it's just ground.
No, I'm going to have it there. Cut it there, easier.
But might be easier, but I don't think it will look as
Yeah, I reckon it will.
nice.
Because if you need to grab something while you're walking up, you got an extra bit there. You can put like...
I think it's more of a like tripping hazard. Whereas this, cutting it here and then putting the beam there, the framing beam, the end.
I think it'll be alright. Yeah. Yeah, for one for now. Chuck this on. This should be flush now. Because before that was higher. Now it's good. Chuck it on. Managed to get the work left to go on the retaining wall. I just got to trim the top of it off a little bit, and then it should be all sweet. Alrighty, just putting screws on the center of it. Just part, the center, from there to there, centers, so just to hold it in place. The reason why I'm using these screws, these are special treated pine screws that you get from Bunnings. They're about, I think they're 100 mils wide, long, sorry. and it goes in the wood, and it actually keep it embedded in the wood. Yeah, there's all different sizes from 50 to 100 to like 200 mils. So for these top ones, it's going about half of its screw into the next wood. So I think that's sufficient enough so that it doesn't fall off, or any weight goes on it, it won't fall off. That's actually better. To do this screw, I've got to kick this forward.
Oh dear.
Here we go. Put an extra one in here. So today I'm going to talk a bit about the retaining wall that I built. This was done after the excavation work that we did a week ago. So the size of the retaining wall is about 20 meters by 2 meters, 1 meter high. And we added a step in there, so when we're walking down the steps we can just walk into the cabin. The reason why I chose this material is just the cost side of it. It's very cheap to use. You can get it at any Bunnings stores or Minor 10. When we did the excavation work, they had to cut and fill for the cabin slab. You know, if you didn't put the retaining wall in, what will happen is the soil behind here will start rolling over into the slab, and it's just, you know, you don't want that to happen. So basically a retaining wall stops that from happening. To me it looks pretty good as well. The look of the wood, rather than bricks or concrete sort of wall, to me the treated pine looks awesome. Approximately it cost me I think it was $1,000, $1,500 in terms of the materials. So but the labor itself, I did it myself. Got my family members and friends and family come over and help me. Yeah, I got it quoted over a few $1,000s to get a contractor in and get the job done, but I managed to do it myself. Get the tools that I needed, like post hole diggers and shovels, all that. I had it already here, so it makes sense for me to do the job myself. So the screws that I use for this retaining wall is it can't be just regular any screws. It's got to be ones that it prevents corrosion, because it's going to be out in the open. So firstly, when I designed this retaining wall, I designed the steps first, and I built that at home. I cut it all to the right measurements as I needed. It's a four-step system, and I just used the stair calculation app to work out the depth of the steps that I needed. I built that at home, and I brought it to the farm and just plonked it in. I just did the holes, plumped it in, and then from there I did all the posts. So the specification that I used was 1.5 meter span centers, and then about I dug down 600 mils into the ground to fill in the put the post in and put the concrete around it. Thanks guys, thanks for watching. By the next video I'm going to talk a bit about how I'm going to finish off these stairs with road base and put gravel or grass, see how we go, but stay tuned for the next videos.
Okay.